Hello there! Today we are focusing on English for beginners and the passive voice. But don't worry, this isn't a complicated grammar lesson. Have you ever noticed that English doesn't always tell us who did something? Think about these sentences. The meeting was cancelled. My phone was stolen. The train was delayed. So who cancelled the meeting? Who stole the phone? And who delayed the train? Well, maybe we know and maybe we don't. But very often, English is more interested in the event than the person. Sometimes English asks, what happened, not who did it. Let's watch a short scene from the agency with Gemma, Andy and David.
Well, lots happening today.
Yes. Did you hear? The client event was cancelled.
Really?
Yes. And several appointments were moved.
I know, but fortunately the website was fixed this morning.
Well, everything seems normal again now.
What did you notice? Now let's listen to some of those sentences again. The client event was cancelled. Several appointments were moved. The website was fixed. Did you notice something? Nobody said someone cancelled the event. Someone moved the appointments. Someone fixed the website. The conversation focused on the events, not the people. And that's very common in English. Let's compare. If I say, someone cancelled the event, that's active voice, because the person comes first. Now listen to this. The event was cancelled. That's passive voice, because now the event comes first. Here's another example. Someone moved the appointments. That is active voice. The appointments were moved. That is passive voice. Both sentences are correct. They are both talking about exactly the same situation. The difference is simply where the attention goes. Active voice focuses on the person. Passive voice focuses on the thing or event. Why do we use the passive? Sometimes we don't know who did something. For example, my bike was stolen. You know what happened, but you don't know who stole it. So passive voice makes perfect sense. But here's something interesting. Sometimes we do know who did something, and we still use the passive voice. Why? Because sometimes the event is more important. Imagine your friend calls you and says, the flight was delayed. The important thing is that the flight is delayed, not who caused it. And that is why speakers use the passive voice so often. Now let's compare two sentences. Someone broke the window. The window was broken. Which sentence feels more important, the person or the window? In the second sentence, the window becomes the focus. The same thing happens with someone stole my phone, and my phone was stolen. The important thing isn't the thief. The important thing is that now I don't have a phone. So English doesn't always ask who did this. Very often English asks what happened. And sometimes that's all people want to know. Remember, passive voice needs a form of to be, such as was, were, is, are, plus the past participle. For example, was cancelled, were sent, was stolen, is delivered, are delivered. Let's try a quick exercise. Which sentence focuses on the event? A. Someone broke the window. Or B. The window was broken. The answer is B. The window becomes the focus. Now another one. Which sentence focuses on the event? A. Someone delayed the train. Or B, the train was delayed. Again, sentence B focuses on the event, that is, passive voice. So the passive voice isn't just grammar, it's another way of looking at a situation. Sometimes the person matters, and sometimes the event matters more. Speakers naturally move between active and passive voice all the time. So next time you hear, the meeting was cancelled or the train was delayed, don't just think about grammar. Ask yourself, what is English focusing on? Because very often it is focusing on what happened, not who did it. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, you might like to subscribe for more help with English learning. See you next time.